Welcome, everybody. It is the SEMA Central stage right here, SEMA 2014. I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger. Sitting next to me, Tim Frost from the National Speedway Directory. This is the Bible of all things racing for the Speedway. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here at the SEMA show, meeting with all the people that are here on the floor.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about some of the history behind the National Speedway Directory. This is not just something that's new. This is an incredible resource for racers around the country.
That's correct. The National Speedway Directory was started in 1979, and it goes and does an annual listing of every racetrack in the country for oval, drag, and road. It's really an indispensable resource for anybody looking to get out to their local track and follow their cars and their fans.
What kind of resource can this be to a driver from a particular area of the country? What can they find in here, and how can it be an asset to them in their racing career?
Well, what it is we call it the glove box directory. Everybody keeps it in their hauler, or they keep it by their desk to go through and do. And where this book comes into handy is for a lot of the drivers that are traveling to their tracks, they need to find out where it's located with. And this book was started pre-GPS days in 1979, and probably one of the biggest proponents of it is a racer by the name of Jeff Gordon, who also looked like he should have been in the boxing ring last weekend. But that's the way that Jeff found out where those races were, as people were calling him, deciding where he should race for the next upcoming weekend.
Well, I tell you what, something like this is certainly going to be an asset to someone out there looking for the track, but it can also be a business aspect. How does this tie into the great sponsors that are always a part of our racetracks, both whether it's contingency or just sponsorship in general?
Well, what it is this book serves as a great B2B reference for all the people in the industry, and for people that are looking to contact tracks to offer their products and services, or for a lot of the manufacturers here at the show, from a tire company or to an engine builder, they need to contact those series, they need to contact those tracks, and all that information is found in this directory.
Now, on a personal note, Dennis and I talked about a little bit, it is painful to see racetracks close. Can this be an asset to help tracks? It might be on the verge of, unfortunately, business can be good or bad in whatever climate or part of the country, region they're in. Can this be an asset for them to try to drive business in the door? Yeah,
that is. You mentioned the aspect about the business of racetracks, and currently there's about 1,300 racetracks in the United States and Canada. 75% of those are oval tracks, 20% drag, and 5% are road courses. From a historical perspective, the greatest number of tracks in the United States was in the late 50s at about 2,000. The low point was actually during the gas crisis of the early 70s. Oh. And we hear everybody's really kind of wondering about the challenges the industry is facing for that. We have, as we said, about 1,300 that are there. But on an annual basis, we actually had last year, we had more tracks open than closed last year. So, and there are a lot of great stories that are out there where people are reopening tracks that have been dormant for many years. So yes, there's a lot of concern over the industry on being able to attract spectators to the gate. The racer aspect and people that come to the show, that part of our industry is very strong. So yes, it is concerned. So support your local racers and your local tracks by getting out there on a weekly basis.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. I've been able to go to a lot of racetracks in my very blessed career of being part of the automotive industry. Name your favorite track.
My favorite track is in Southern California at Paris Auto Speedway, right there in outside of Riverside County, and they're going to be holding the Budweiser Oval Nationals, and then obviously the Turkey Night promoted by the Agajanians for almost 50 years will be held there during Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, good for you, a good old round guy, man. I love it. Tim Frost. If you want to check out more, make sure and check out the National Speedway Directory. If they want to find this, where can they get it?
They can go to Speedways Online and find it right there.
There you go. More from SEMA Central coming up soon.